Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the Wrestling Podcast, broadcasting live from the Turnbuckle Lounge. It is 808s and Chair Shots. I am your host, Jeff, aka CM Unk, the best in the world. Joined as always by the man who has never met a subtraction sign he didn't love, Negative James. Negative James, say what's up to the people.
We back in the lounge. What's up?
There it is. All right, I
We
was looking
back.
for
We back.
it. I was
Didn't
looking
made
for
a didn't made an
it.
entrance. Like goodness.
And we are also joined by America's dad. You love him. We love him. He makes the name great again. Young Rico Benoit. Rico, say what's happening to the people.
I like that. I like that, Whitney. What's going on, man? Happy Monday, as they say.
And we are welcoming back the original Obafemis, the EST of the library, and the treasurer of the TKO Defense Fund, Miss Wakanda Lisa Bryant.
Shit. That's a
Andrea,
good
say
one.
what's up to the people.
Hi, everybody.
And Neek. You can follow the show on 808s and Chair Shots on the Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and the Facebook. And do not forget about the TikTok. Also, like, subscribe, and leave comments. No thumbs down because you will get a chair shot to the face if you do that. All right. We got the particulars out of the way. Always subscribe to all your major platforms when you see this podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Don't be a lame. We got all that out the way. Welcome back, everybody. It's all five of us. That's what's up, man. Look at that. It's been a while. Good to see everybody, except for Nick. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, let me tell you how much Nick loves trying to get under my skin. I was bothering nobody about basketball. I didn't text y'all about playoff basketball. I hadn't brought it up. And throughout the entire game 6 blowout loss, who is texting the group chat about the house getting blown out? Nick.
Hey, I
So
didn't even know you was a Hawks fan, Joe.
man, lifelong, bro.
Mm.
Lifelong.
Doing the
Like,
sound effect and everything on FSP. Shout out to FSP.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, I wasn't bother. I didn't bring up nothing. I didn't talk about the Grizzlies being sorry, how they treating John Morant, how they moving the team to Nashville, none of that, and how Memphis is just a cesspool. I didn't say anything like that to him. But the fact is, he just want to text me out of nowhere
You should say
about
it
the
on the
Oh,
pod. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
oh, Joe.
You right, Rico. My bad. You caught it straight for absolutely no reason at all. My bad. Nah. It's Neek though. Neek make y'all look bad. That's what it is. Neek put a make give Memphis a bad name. Anywho, all right. Nah, Nick my guy, man. I'm just messing with you. All right, man. Let's get to it. Um, Bombshell dropped this week. Spoiler alert: we're not talking about anything but the New Day. New Day. If you don't want to hear about the New Day, tune us off. Come back, see us next week. We'll give a backlash breakdown or whatever happened on AEW. But this is about the New Day. Everything New Day. This week we get the alert on, I believe it was Twitter first, right? Is where we got the notification that the New Day had basically walked away from World Wrestling Entertainment. Um, of course, more information came out later on, but let's just get everyone's initial thoughts about what you when you first read that they were the New Day as we know it was no longer going to be in WWE. What did you think about that? Kick us off, Nick.
Honestly, I was shocked because one tag team division is already suffering. You lost Motor City, and then you lose some veterans like the New Day. So I think that the tag team division is pretty much they don't care about that anymore. That's pretty much done. And for them two, it's like they're vets. They've been here. They've been in the highs and the lows of being in the WWE. I just didn't get the understanding of why they were gone. But now more stuff has came out. It's more like, yeah, I understand why they left. Definitely understand. But it was shocking to me,
We'll
especially
definitely
in the
get
middle
into
on
it.
Saturday. Like I'm chilling with my feet up, at work doing nothing, and then I get this alert like that. That's wild. So that's all I got. It's just shocking to me.
Negative.
I'm surprised. It was very surprising. Again, they're vets. You wouldn't think that they would be released or let out of their contract, knowing they still had time on their contract. But again, they really weren't doing anything with them. So I get it, but letting both of them go just didn't make sense. Then a little shocking. That's all.
And Andrea.
Um, it was very unexpected. I mean, I think like Neek and James, they both pretty much set it off for me. I thought Kofi would be a lifer. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I wasn't. I don't know. Those aren't the New Day. Wasn't a group I thought of getting released or leaving. You know.
I agree. I agree. I definitely thought, if anything, I thought Kofi was a lifer. One of the few. You know what I mean? Like it did. That was probably, no disrespect to Woods, right? But that was probably the bigger surprise to me was that Kofi walked away, and for the reasons that we're going to talk about here in a second, that he walked away. Rico, we'll go to you. Your initial thoughts. That I also want to hear about now that we have more information about what happened. Does it make sense to you?
Uh, initial thoughts, I read that New Day had just resigned like not too long ago. So I was a little surprised that they decided to leave. But after finding out what was asked of them to do after resigning, I can understand why that they left at this point. So I mean, nothing lasts forever. I did think they probably would have retired at WWE. I still think they'll come back. Truthfully, I think they'll come back in some way, shape, form, or fashion down the line. But given that they just had re-signed and TK wanted to restructure them deals, I can see them saying, "Hey, I'd rather not do that and just walk away."
Yeah, for what we know right now, it was TKO approached them being a New Day, about restructuring their deal. Now, this is something that is rumored to have been going around for all remaining contracts, right? Billion-dollar company trying to increase their margins yet again, which, that's business. That's what happens, right? But that kind of plays into what happened. And New Day looked at it like, no, we're not restructuring a deal that we already signed. So we'll walk away. Um, Andrew, going to you. How does it, now that we have more, now that you have that information, does it make sense that they walked away?
Well, it makes perfect sense. I want to be very clear. My headline for the night: Treasurer of the TKO Defense Fund. If TKO has harmed you or your favorite wrestler, please contact the TKO Defense Fund. We will help you. We will defend you against TKO. Just want to be very clear. But it makes perfect sense, especially considering, and I don't want to jump ahead, but just throwing it out there, it was revealed, well, it's a rumor. All this is alleged. It was a rumor that a majorly pushed talent was asked last week, a day before the New Day left. They were asked to take a 50% pay cut, and this person took it. And then the following day, New Day left. So, as somebody who has had to leave a job that offered a pay cut, I don't blame them, not at all. Especially considering what New Day, because in my humblest opinion, I do believe New Day has been mishandled over the last, I think, 3 years, 4 years.
Post
I think
fusion.
they've been mishandled. I think that they have reached their full potential and then have been stifled. So I think considering that who they are, what they bring to the table, asking somebody to take that steep of a pay cut, if that was their offer, I do think that's insulting, and I cannot blame them for walking away because I would have did the same thing.
50% pay cut. I don't care what you make it. You're gonna notice half of it go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care breakfast 2 meal. Going to 1 meal, you're gonna notice it. It's a lifestyle change. Like that's
And
insane.
like, and considering the fact that because Jinder Mahal said it, the girl who left NXT, I think Jasmine Nix, Jade Cargill, even when she was doing her press run for WrestleMania, they pay out of pocket for their gear, their hotel. I think the company only helps them with travel, but like they have to pay out of pocket for so much stuff, and to cut their budget essentially by 50%. Nah, and then continue to ask them to do all this extra stuff. No, like where's no. Mm-mm.
Negative. Now that we have information, does it make sense to you?
It does. Again, I'm not taking no pay cut at all. I don't care what it is, 50%, 1%. I'm not taking no pay cut. Don't even ask me. But yes, it definitely makes sense, especially asking them as vets. It's not like they're, rookies are just, finally coming in. They've been, like I said, with 10 plus years with the New Day. So they've been there for a good 15 plus. Kofi came in, Jamaican, Woods came in on, whatever he was doing. But yeah, it definitely makes sense. Asking vets to take a pay cut or restructure your contract again after I already signed. The deal is done. I'm not signing nothing else.
Neat.
As a person that has took a pay cut before, that is the worst fucking feeling in the world to feel your pockets touch. It like I said it before, it's the worst feeling to have your pockets touched. And I understand why they didn't take that deal. And I also feel like TKO is treating these wrestlers like the UFC people,
Ooh, yeah.
penny pinching them.
We said it.
Now, wrestlers, they used to fighting for their money. They're used to like, yo, you said this much, I want this much, blah, blah, blah. They're used to willing and dealing.
Mhm.
UFC people don't give a damn, as we've seen in multiple occasions. Like some of them people spending $10,000 on training and only getting $10,000 back. So, and we said this before, UFC is about the UFC. UFC. Nobody's bigger than the brand. When in wrestling, the bigger you are helps the brand. So there's a whole different philosophy there. And you have two guys that have been at the top of their game, literally selling a cereal called Booty-O's. You know how many people thought Booty-O's was real? You know how many black people on Facebook talk about, look at the WWE got these black men selling something called Booty-O's. Wasn't even real,
You
but
could buy
people
them though.
believed it. You
You
can
could
buy
order
them
'em.
now, but
It ain't real. I'm gonna stop
it
because
wasn't real
you.
at one point. It wasn't
You
real at
could,
one point. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
in
oh,
person,
okay.
but you could order them, Jack.
You can order it now, but yeah, but at one
Oh,
point it
okay.
wasn't real, and people were like, Booty-O's, what's going on? But I just feel that they shouldn't have not took that pay cut regardless. And to the person that took that 50% pay cut, which I think it was the Miz, that is my theory, allegedly. Um, you really messing up the game right now.
Yeah.
I don't believe nobody did that, man. I don't believe
I,
it.
I think it was the Miz.
50% is a drastic
That's
number, bro.
crazy.
I don't think
I think it's the
nobody did that.
Miz.
I
You
truly
know,
can't see nobody taking 50% of what they make and being like, okay, I don't see
I might be lying, but I think it's the Miz.
that.
The thing is, you know, in negative, you said you was watching the Hulk Hogan documentary this weekend. Um, if y'all remember, back in well, y'all may not remember this, but like back in the '90s, wrestlers were early '90s, mid '90s. There were talks of starting a union.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hogan being Hogan doesn't work for me, brother. You know that was Hogan's. You know, what I mean, it didn't go along with it, and however you want to say it played out is how it played out. Um, but this is direct result of them not having a union, right? There's no if that 50% approach was done, there's no way a union representative would have let you sign it. We're speaking hypothetically, but there's no way a union representative would have let you sign it because, like Neek said, you basically just cut your counterparts, your co-workers, you cut their legs off from under. You now have no room to leverage because if I can convince, let's just say it was Miz. I don't think it was Miz. if it happened, I think it was someone just a little higher up the pecking order than the Miz. But let's just say it was the Miz. It's someone like the Miz with as much cachet in the company, much longevity in the company, that he has took that particular pay cut. Of course, they're gonna come to the New Day with the same thing. It just makes
Mm.
more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at those contracts and you say, I can get the same for my buck right now out of let's say a Street Profits that I can for the New Day in 2026. Right. Um. So yeah, you have that, and then I remember reading something. Mark, I believe it was Mark Cuban. I could be wrong, but I'm almost 100% sure it was Mark Cuban said this. If you ever want to look at a CEO who may not be worth their snuff, is when they start doing layoffs and budget cuts and not doing actual real work to better the product. That's a telltale sign that your CEO may not be who you think he or she is. So instead of making a better product, instead of not selling every piece of the ring for advertising or every
Mm.
millisecond of your broadcast
Mm.
to some company that sells. Man, they don't even have Capital One. They got Credit One as a sponsor now for their stuff. Like they are selling advertisement to any and everybody, just like UFC. The UFC fighters have patches all over their shorts for different things and whatnot.
Mhm.
So instead of improving the product, you're cutting the frontline worker. That's bad business because I'm sorry, no matter how you want to make this look, people, children, families are not there for the initials WWE. They are there for the entertainment. Sorry.
End of the
So,
I get it from a different point of view. Wasn't Ari a sports agent before at first?
I think so.
What's so okay?
I think so.
So I look at it akin to a agent vet in the sports. Like you saw somebody in the NBA, NFL, as they get older, their long term contract as it gets towards the end, they kind of want them to restructure their deal. Like, hey, you ain't the value isn't there anymore. So I see that's and I say I feel like they trying to go real sports based with WWE. Like they're modeling what they see other big time leagues do. And I see this with their I could see that being the model. Like is I think Kofi like what 40-ish, like what do you mean? 40 something, mid forties.
Yeah.
And I don't know how Woods is, but I'm sure he probably close to his 40s. I feel like what you just said is it, Jeff. Yeah, I feel like why would we pay you this when we can get the same value from the Street Profits, a younger team? And I feel like more aging stars, we could see this becoming a norm. Like as you're getting older, and you got I think we talked about this. They got too many people. I feel like they got NXT Evolve, so many different talent that they're trying to rotate. I can see this becoming a norm as people get older and with more wear and tear. They feel like probably the investment isn't there anymore. And we could try to scale back some of their money off you when we got these younger people. We feel like we can get the same type of, I guess, production out of it.
It's
It's a real like NFL, NBA mindset, man.
yeah, and that's cool for legitimate sports,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm
yeah.
not saying this isn't a legit sport because people get hurt, do all the things. But that approach works when you have a salary cap, when you have this, when you have that. Those are all great. But the thing about wrestling is when you have a name, people remember the name. Undertaker was well past his prime,
Mm-hmm.
well past it. But when that music hit, you
Yeah.
were there. You were back where you wanted to be. So I see what you're saying, Rico, but I think this is what happens. Yeah, that music right there. When that gong hit, the reaction is still the same. If the gong hit right now on Monday Night Raw, right while we're recording it, the same reaction would happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is what happens when private equity comes into a family run business. They're approaching this at a way that it was not constructed to work. So we're about to. This isn't the first time. This isn't the last time we're going to see this happen.
Yeah. It won't be the
This is
last time.
this is going to continue to happen. Now that you've gotten rid of house shows, so the things that made
Mhm.
Family's more important, and coming out on a random Thursday night to see something that's not on TV. Now that that's gone, and like you said, Rico, there's Evolve, there's NXT, there's all these things. Yeah, the younger stars are going to get the push because they're building them up on their social media sites and their YouTube pages, etc. So I get it. This was just a little weird to ask somebody to take a pay cut like that. I can do that.
I have a question before we
Yes, ma'am.
move on.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a little bit of a conspiracy, but I want to go back to something Neek said about how wrestlers are they're used to having a wheel and deal and get their just due. And now granted, I don't my memory is shot. I don't know when it started. But do y'all think that's why they started focusing so much on that NIL program, getting college athletes who have never wrestled before and then training them at the PC? Because
Mm.
you can lowball them because they've never wrestled before. They haven't been on the indies. They don't know the business. Versus somebody like Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. They both did the indie circuit before coming to WWE. You see how long they've been there. You know,
I think it was because of the mileage. Uh, like a lot of the indie guys been doing it for a while. Like let's take Obi for example. Obi's what 27, and he's at
somewhat.
like a crazy level. So we at least get another 10 years they could do Obi, and then at the same time you got whoever else they feel like is gonna be next. I feel like it's you can get them earlier versus a lot of the indie guys come in kind of older, like mid 30s, 40s. I feel like it's more of a mileage thing in my opinion. But it could be again like you control everything from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Like like baseball farming, you controlling everything from the get go. So that could be it too, Andrea. But I think it's probably both of them actually.
I
The
think they
mileage
got
and you can kind of control it.
I think they got burnt by too many of the indie guys coming in and it not working.
Hmm.
And if these guys have worked at different places, Japan, different spots and across the country, so they have a name, whatever, however you look at that name, but it's not a WWE name. So
Hmm.
now you look at someone like a Obafemi, that's a WWE product. They can take the cachet and saying we started this particular character. You know what I mean? So I do believe, and then I also think there was a with the NIL thing, there was a effort to move away from the indie style because that's more of an AEW thing. Let them do that. Let them do that. We're going to go back to our way of doing things, and that's the bigger, stronger, more athletic presentation, more athletic looking presentation than an indie style of movement. I do want to say one more thing before we move on, and I'll let everybody else answer Andrea's question. Um, this is starting to look eerily like the end of WCW. Y'all may not remember how WCW ended, but the end of WCW was Turner gets bought out by AOL Time Warner. They come in, they notice they have a wrestling program on there, taking up a lot of their bandwidth. They start trimming the fat on the wrestling, cutting into it, cutting into the budgets, cutting into everything else, to where WCW didn't even look like it used to look. This is starting
Mm.
to look and feel eerily like that, and that's just insane to say after Vince did everything he could to make this the number one entertainment company in the United States or in the world, one of in the world. So just wanted to say that, put a bow on the original statement, but you guys negative and Nick, you guys can answer Andrea's question.
Um, Possibly. I mean, it makes sense to be honest. It makes sense because half the people that's already signed down are like an LFG. Like we was there what's that girl Natalia, not Natalia,
Natty?
no, not Natty. She came from like a karate background. We said she wouldn't make it far. Got to the main roster. Um,
Nikita.
yeah, yeah, Nikita's on there. I'm like, I thought she was already in NXT. They got her at LFG now, along with a bunch of other ones that's in NXT or Evolve. And
Think
again,
Nikita a bust, man. She told her ACL like twice, didn't he? Or something like that.
Oh, let's hope for her then.
Yeah, I think
You know.
she.
Please.
She got to wear double knee braces.
Yeah,
Double knee
Oh
braces.
yeah.
Yet.
yeah.
Oh,
She's
well,
moving better now, but yeah, double knee braces.
that's crazy.
It's
But yeah,
crazy.
so it does seem like a reach for the NIL money and stuff. So that does make sense to cut the the fat off the meat or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, neat.
I think it's I think it's both like Rico said. I think it's a little bit of both. Think about it like this. Remember Kushida?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he came over to NXT with all the fanfare. How
Hmm.
did that work? How did that work out for NXT?
Hey, didn't they change his name?
Exactly. Nobody remembers anything about Kushida in NXT. Nobody. But then you bring up an open Femi and you do everything you do the training, get his body right, get his promos right, and then guess what? Now you got the biggest star to come up. And you brought him to this level, not going to do the indie circuit or anything. You trained him up, gave him everything you need to do, and now he's one of the biggest stars on the roster. So I think it's a high risk, high reward type thing.
Hmm.
So
Do
it's kind of both. I would go with both, not high risk, high reward, but I go both.
you think it? Because Vince technically, I don't know. I'm just listening to everything that y'all have said, and I'm just thinking about how the different ways that Vince McMahon, even though he's away from the company, I'm still thinking about the ways in which his decisions have shaped the wrestling business, even in his perceived absence. But this is like, and we don't have to go around like how we just did, but like, do y'all think that maybe this ties into them not wanting to create another star that's bigger than the business? Like they don't want another Hulk Hogan or John Cena or The Rock because maybe the payoff doesn't. It's not what they thought it was. Could that be it?
It's part of it.
Um,
I think it's part of
Probably.
it. And
possibly.
UFC even puts a cap on their biggest stars. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
I know I've said it ad nauseum on here, but like there's a reason why UFC fighters go into try to get a boxing match because they get more money by doing it. They get more exposure by doing a boxing match than they do by you. You headline Conor McGregor can headline UFC number 57, or he can headline Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. You see what I'm saying? Like he gets his name put in the lights and not UFC and some number behind
Yeah.
it. You get what I mean? Like so yes,
Yeah.
I do think they want to put a cap on how big of a star you can be and control it. I don't think WWE wants to do that. I think TKO wants to
And
And
like I
what
said, I mean, go James, my bad.
I was gonna say, what kind of sucks about that is that we know the Rock is on the TKO board. You would think, I don't know where his mindset is on this, or what it probably like. I'm pretty sure they're pitching this like, "Hey, Rock, what do you think about this? What if he's agreeing with this? Like, hey, yeah, get rid of these old people." And then he tried to come back because again, Jeff, I know you mentioned it a couple episodes ago that next WrestleMania we might get Roman versus The Rock. He's gonna try to come back, even though Rock's like 50 something.
I say to that. You ever watch The Sopranos? Negative.
No, I haven't.
Anybody watch The Sopranos?
I think some of it.
So neat. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this. Rock
Yeah,
got a
I
no
know
show
you're
job. He got a no show job. He ain't been in that office since he got that damn job, bro.
nope.
He just got a title.
I
Once
just
he
got his
walked
name
away,
on. Oh,
he
okay, he
just
just
got
got
his
his
name
name
on
on
it.
it.
Man, once he walked away from WrestleMania and out, man, he just getting a check.
Oh, dang.
He not taking them meetings, dude. He don't know what's going on.
Oh,
He hear
never
He
about it
might
on
mind
social media just like us.
he might come once every month, and that's
Yeah,
it.
then. Oh, well.
And he ain't even
he
there
just
now.
checking to make sure his login still work.
I do think after the whole Cody Crybabies thing, I think he did wash his hands of it.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I don't know if I see him coming back because he lost a lot of weight and he had talked about his heart problems when he was doing his press run for what is it, the
smashing thing.
Smashing Machine?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I could see him bulking up and getting that big again just to wrestle, especially if he can't do things his way.
Dead in. Oh, never mind. Oh, I'll bring it up later.
let's ask the $1 million question. Do we see the New Day in another promotion? Two-parter actually. Do we see them in another promotion? Do we want to see them in another promotion? Start with you, Andrea.
No, I can't. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Because when you bring up the age aspect of it, and he even touched on this in his message that he posted earlier today. But I think Kofi Kingston, he may very well retire. But to be completely honest, at this stage in his career, I'm out of focus. At this stage in his career, I don't think Kofi is. I don't know. He might retire. I'm not telling him to retire. I'm not saying hang it up. But I think they can both look back and be like, you know what? We had a good career. We're satisfied. Like, we're good. But I don't know. I think maybe they would do some one-offs in TNA, but I can't see them doing anything regularly there. And then I don't think they fit AEW. I don't know. I don't trust Tony. He wouldn't know what to do. He wouldn't know what to do with him.
What you got, Rigo?
I'm gonna say no and no, strictly because they wouldn't be the New Day. It wouldn't. I'm sure WWE owns all of that, so they have to come up with new gimmicks, and I don't think it wouldn't work. It wouldn't like it'd be kind of like trying to get some nostalgia for something that wouldn't be what we probably last recognized.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just go with no and no, man.
Okay. -1.
I can see them going to TNA. It wouldn't be AEW. It would be TNA. I can see them going there. If the Hardys can do it, them two can do it. Do I want them to go to TNA or any other promotion? I don't want them to. No. Like again, it just wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't feel right.
Nico.
I really don't know. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I think Kofi is probably on the on the verge of being like out of here. Probably retirement or whatnot. I could see them doing that, but I think Xavier might do a TNA run because that's where he started at,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
Yep.
But other than that, I just don't know. I just know. Maybe I could see Xavier Woods doing something with Ashe Wrestling, the all black promotion.
Yeah.
Mm.
That'd be pretty dope. Ashe Wrestling, yeah. But I don't know about Kofi right now. I think he might be out of here soon.
Yeah.
He achieved enough. I think he might be out of here. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Xavier can go back to his consequences creed character in TNA, or they can have one last super match with the Hardys in TNA and call it a career that way to get it out the way. But to answer the original question, I don't want to see. It's strange as it sounds. I don't want to see them anywhere else because I don't want to see them doing the Hurt Syndicate.
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't want to. I don't want this to be the hurt. I don't want it to be Team 3D. As good as Team 3D was in TNA in the what was that called? They had the
Aces and eights.
Aces and Aces. That was cool. Like I don't think neither one of these brothers need the check because if they needed the check, they would have signed that discounted rate and stayed where they was at.
Right.
I think both of them, which is the best feeling in the world is when you have leverage and when you have options. Both of them looked at that and said, "Nah, man, I'm not doing this," and it said, "You're not going to make me do it." That's the best feeling in the world to be able to walk away from something like that and know it's not going to hurt you. It may not be the best at that moment, but you feel better when it plays out that way. So shout out to them for that. No, I do not want to see them anywhere. I can see Consequences Creed popping up in TNA. I can see one at what is it, Bound for Glory? We figured out was their WrestleMania. I can see Bound for Glory, them versus the Hardy Boys, and you know what I mean. Have one of those and heel New Day or heel. Good Day or whatever they're gonna call themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And just have one off that way. I can totally see that. But Kofi would have to change everything because he's been Kofi Kingston in WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Mess around to get his accent back and shit. Like, who wants to see that? Let's have some fun,
Mm.
y'all. What's your favorite New Day moment? What you got, Rico?
Man, this was back. This was like when they initial heel run.
Yeah.
I believe it was SummerSlam, like 2015, 2016, when they entrance. I think when they was trash in New York, coming down the whole ramp. That's one of my top New Day moments, man. That's when they was like peak New Day right there.
Nico.
I already got a couple. I already mentioned one, Bootios. Because yeah, that was classic. That was something that I never thought of, and I was like, oh, that works. And then people didn't think thought it was real, and you got DMX on the Bootios cereal box, and yeah, wild times, wild times. The gauntlet match that led to Kofi Mania. Um, that was a brutal match for them. They ended up pulling it out. Then the Usos telling them they forfeit. Beautiful moment. So yeah, that gauntlet match is another one. Um, I don't know. This counts, but I think when they had the whole Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho thing going on, the best friends or whatever they want to call themselves. Um, and Woods told Kevin Owens, "When's the last time you jumped over anything?" Yeah, yeah. You know, chuckle from the soul with that one. So yeah,
Yeah.
those are a couple of my favorite moments right there.
Negative. You give yours.
Nah.
Go ahead.
My favorite New Day moments would be their tag team Hell in a Cell match against the Usos. That was a crazy match. And then this was also doing like their heel run when it was tag champs. It was a ladder match. Can't remember what pay per view it was. It was them, the Usos, and one of them Latino teams. Anyway, so Woods was doing commentary. Woods on commentary with them, and one of the Latino dudes about who do you do the Samurai del Sol move? Like the little who was it? It wasn't Dragon Lee. It was somebody before him.
Sin Cara?
I think it's
No,
No.
like
probably
who?
Sin Cara.
was it Cicaro?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Sin Cara. I think he was in the match, but it wasn't him that did the move. Anyway, one of them was about to get the titles, and Xavier was like, "Wait a minute, this is a ladder match. This is no rules." This one he was carrying a trombone at this time. He got up on the ring apron and threw the trombone at dude, hit him in his face, and he fell off. And New Day got the title. So yep, that was one of those top my moments of mine. So
I like that. Andrea.
Oh, I have a couple. One of them was towards the beginning. I think I know they were tag champions. I got the little GIF playing right here on the side. They were cutting a promo, and at the towards the end of the promo, Kofi Kingston says, "The New Day comes to your house, and we will fight your children." If your kids are acting up, you can call the New Day, and they will come fight your children. I really like
That's a good one.
yeah, that's one of my favorite promos, honestly. Then there was also the rap battle with Wale and the Usos.
That was dope.
Wow.
uh,
Yeah, and then just a bunch of different stuff about them. Like I appreciated, like I really liked the unicorn stampede that they would do.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It was
Mhm.
yeah, it's just so many different little things.
True that. True.
The pancakes.
Hmm.
Or the flat,
Yep.
whatever they call it. Yeah, pancake.
Flapjacks.
Flapjacks.
Flappy Jacks.
Yeah. Rap battle for sure. Kofi Mania for sure. Um, the original, I don't know if y'all remember the original promo when they joined, when Creed came out with the white, well, Xavier Woods came out with the white suit, and and they
Oh
joined up.
boy.
yeah. That's when they're
That's
supposed to
gonna
be like
be
pastors or
pastors.
something.
They're about to be the new nation of domination. That was funny. Uh, the original theme music with the choir.
Oh god.
Yes.
That
Classic.
was hilarious. Um, to our Caucasian listeners, turn your ears off real quick. All right, what made them so dope is that they walked right up to that line of coonery and made it funny.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bootios could have been bad. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like that could have
Uh,
been bad. Like the whole presentation of the choir and the black pastors, mega church pastors as their gimmick and like voice infliction could have been bad. But they walked up to the line and made it hilarious. And through and throughout, they every match, all 119 of them against the Usos were bad. Every last
oh
one
my
of them.
god.
They fought for 6 years straight, but they were amazing every time. And of course, the rap battle. Um, I saw a tweet. It was a little bit of exaggeration, but I see where the person was going. I saw a tweet that said Kofi Kingston is more influential than Hulk Hogan. But
Correct. Correct.
Yep.
that led me to ask this question: what is the lasting impact of the New Day? All three members, because we talked a lot about Woods and Kofi, but if we're being honest, what's homeboy name that injured Big E?
Ridge
Uh,
Hall.
Rich Holland, yeah.
If it wasn't for Ridge Holland, I don't think we're having this discussion.
We
Oh,
would it wouldn't.
This is
They
all Ridge Holland's fault. If we're
they
being
really
honest.
lost it.
the company no more. And
It was
He-
they
but
wouldn't pay him.
Couldn't
That
pay
was
his
Mister.
mortgage.
That's Mister. I got a mortgage and kids. To
yeah, he
you
got the
can't pay me
mortgage to
100K.
take care of.
Like, man,
He
get out
messed
of here.
up so much. We don't have Chase U anymore because of him.
Yep.
It's really like the New Day really went downhill after Big E left.
Cause I mean, it was 3 man. It's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? It's the group was a 3 man, and it's kind of hard to not do
Right.
that no more.
I mean, but they had a good plan to like revive it a little bit, but it just didn't do anything with it.
Because
All they
all they
did
had
was
was a
huh
concentration on tag team matches. Like
what
tag team,
bad.
yeah.
I mean, like it was just all bad. And of course they I don't know why they threw Grayson Waller in there.
Jesus
It
Christ.
was just like it was like just doomed to fail. That was definitely doomed to fail.
So, what is the impact of the New Day, y'all? Or just the
Uh,
members in general?
Uh,
Impact. I'll go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead, nigga. Go ahead, nigga.
Impact. They left. This is gonna be crazy coming from me, but just be positive, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They went out there and just had fun, put on classic matches, just being them. The positive impact they left. Be yourself.
Coming from you, that is
Right, exactly. That's crazy coming from me. Be yourself.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god.
hilarious.
That's crazy.
What you got, Nico?
Oh shit.
All the lies that just came out of it.
That's crazy.
they came from over there, man. That's wild. Nashville done changed it, man. I don't know what's going on over there. But I think for them, their lasting impression, I think is them being it's you can make a character or a group and not make them the stereotypical things that you think of black men. They're nerds. They're
Hmm.
literally nerds. Like you literally got a guy who plays video games and does comic books. You got another guy who's using comic books to educate kids on Black history figures. You got another guy who, I mean, they got so many things in that group, and it made it work. And you don't have to be the super tough guy to make it in wrestling. You could be the dude, the carefree guys, when everybody over with the positivity and the unicorns and pancakes and bootios and Dragon Ball Z and random Christmas character. Like you can win people over with other things. You don't have to just be the tough guy in wrestling to get over. And I think that's their lasting impression. You don't have to be tough; just be yourself.
Rigo?
I'm gonna go with, man, when you know that you can do something, you're gonna do it. I watched the interview a while back on the New Day, and they were saying like at first it wasn't. I don't know if y'all remember, it wasn't clicking, and it was like I think they were on the verge of breaking it up, or they were gonna scrap the whole thing, and they went to. Ironically, they went to Vince, I believe, at the time, and like, hey, just let us be us. And from the moment there, it just caught fire. So I just feel like if you know that you can make something work, man, don't let nobody tell you can't. Like, cause initially, what Vince idea was, this shit was not working, man. It was not clicking. But the moment Vince got it, it's crazy that Vince is. That we got to thank Vince for the New Day, low key, because he let them be them, and it took off, man. So hey, shout out. I ain't gonna do it.
Go ahead.
We
Go
need
ahead.
Vince. We
That's
need Vince.
crazy.
We need.
Well, actually, Mike.
Shout out Vince McMahon for the New Day, man.
Nah, bro. Nah, but I know exactly what Rico's talking about because I think Xavier went in there and put like, "Hey, look, if I can't make this work, y'all can go ahead and fire me." Like he put his job on the line. So I know definitely what Rico's talking about. That
Entria, what you got?
I mean, y'all have a point. Because before, like the New Day was a thing, they was calling themselves Smart Athletic Friends, and I'm just like, I don't know if y'all remember that. It didn't stick. It didn't last very long. But lasting impact. I mean, have we ever really had a trio like them before?
No.
Will there be another one? Do you think? I don't know. But just to really reiterate what everybody else has already said, like they kind of prove that you can have smart, nerdy, whimsical, joyful black men and have them not be coons. Like they literally were themselves. Like Biggie was a child preacher. Like that voice is like that's part of who he is.
Yes.
Like all of this is like they really were just able to bring themselves and make them they were able to create characters based off of themselves and like just amplify it
Yep.
and be like it be entertaining, which is what pro wrestling should be. I don't know, like in terms of character work, I hell, they might be a case study in character work and how to make something shake.
I
Hmm.
agree. Here's the thing. There is an argument. I know we did our list years ago, Nick, but we had Booker T number one for black wrestler of all time, not counting Rocky, because Rocky's Rocky. But you know, it's Rocky. Gets a little tricky there. You know what I mean? But just straight up, I'm a black dude and I wrestle. Booker T was one. We might have to change that list.
Oh, absolutely.
As successful as Booker T is, I don't want to take anything away from him. He's he's from another era though, right?
hmm
The fruit of Kofi Kingston, pause if applicable, and the New Day is running wild right now in WWE. This is the blackest we've seen professional wrestling. We joke about it all the time. And I'm not talking about just in the ring. I'm talking about us. We're doing the show. All five of us are some variation of black person, right? The, they had a whole media scrum of all black content creators in wrestling for WrestleMania. Had them brought them out. They got to bring us out next year, right? But brought them out in Mania and had them touring the stadium or the arena and the set and everything else. One of the young ladies who commented on our TikTok, she was one of those people that was brought out. Shout out. I'm sorry, I'm gonna forget her name, but shout out to her. Um, you see that, and that is a direct correlation to me. The groundwork that Booker T laid and Stevie Ray laid, True and Ron Simmons, all those guys that they laid, Booker T was at the forefront of that. But Kofi and the New Day took it to the moon, and they made it to where, like we were just saying, the character can have some depth to it. It doesn't have to be I'm gonna beat your ass. Like it doesn't have to be
hmm
that night in and night out. It could be I want to play some video games and I'm gonna wear a unicorn to the ring and play my trombone and throw some pancakes out in the crowd. Like just hearing those things out, like saying them out loud, sounds insane. Three dudes coming to the ring doing that, but they made it work, bro. They made it work. We had Kofi. We actually got to experience Kofi Mania.
Yep.
No one ever did. Like we didn't have that with Booker T. We didn't have that
Right.
with Ron Simmons. We had it in WCW, but we didn't have it at the biggest stage of them all. Kofi being the guy for however long it was. Fuck you, Brock. However long it was. And then we also had it with Big E. And then we had Xavier Woods get King of the Ring. We had them be umpteen time tag team champions. So that that trio is unmatched. It's our, not to make it like, not to be separatist of anything, but it's our horsemen.
Mhm.
Mm, yeah.
That's it. They're
And
our horsemen.
we've been talking about New Day accomplishments and stuff, but I kind of felt kind of upset a little bit that like Xavier didn't kind of get the push that I feel he deserved a little bit. Because again, we have Big E winning Money in the Bank, he became champion. Kofi Mania, he became champion. It was only right to have Xavier at some point in time win it, or at least get a shot at it. And after winning King of the Ring, it's like they didn't do anything with that, and somehow that gimmick just dropped. So I feel like he kind of got the short end of the stick a little bit as far as to compare it to the group.
He should have had a King Booker type of run after he won King of the Ring. That's
Yeah,
my
True.
something like that. Yeah,
True.
Somebody always get the short end of the stick in the group, though.
that's crazy.
I'm not too. Of course, in a perfect world, I would have loved that to happen. But looking back on it, man, like man, they were perfect, bro. Like
Mhm.
that's crazy. Like that I didn't mean to, I didn't rehearse that or nothing, but they really were our version of the Horsemen. Like they accomplished everything. They were cool doing it. No, no stupid stuff outside the ring. Nobody
Yeah.
hated them. What's up, bro?
Hey, don't
We
bring
did
that
have
up.
one. We did have
Oh, I
one, but
forgot.
we're
I
gonna move
forgot.
on with
I
that.
forgot. Never mind. Never mind. It was something outside the ring. Whew, forgot about that. That
Oh,
didn't
I
happen.
remember, I remember that. I remember that. Okay.
Forgot about that. My bad.
I still feel like the allegations on Odyssey Jones hurt the reincarnation of the New Day.
Oh yeah,
I do feel like it would have he would have like filled that Big E role, but once he man, that was crazy. But
Oh,
once
y'all
that
talking about
happened, huh?
y'all talking about that?
Yeah.
I thought y'all talking about something else. Okay, never mind.
Oh
No, that's what I'm
no, you
talking
and
about.
I talk about the same thing.
Yeah, y'all
We
talking
talk.
about the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I think that derailed
Okay.
the trio version of the New Day.
Well,
You know, I just caught on to what you're talking about now. My fault.
Mm.
I was talking about something else completely different now. I know exactly what y'all talking about now. I was talking about the post, but okay.
oh no, not the post. No, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no, no. We were talking about a wild night.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was, it was a
aren't
real
we?
page turner. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Chill,
I,
Am I
chill,
right? Am I right? Huh? Am I
That's
right?
it.
chill.
okay. I said okay. I know y'all. We got it
That
now.
was wild.
All right,
That
it's
was
time
wild.
to
I
go on that
apologize.
one.
I apologize. That was
Oh
wild.
wow.
That was wild. That was wild.
Crazy.
They got to chill. She said she was ready to end it all off there.
I know as I said that was wild. I'm glad she's back in WWE. That was crazy. Alberto Del Rio's a sick dude, bro. Anyway, um, yeah, man. Shout out to the New Day. That's what's up. Andrew, can you give us that information in case we got to file a claim with this TKO one more time, please?
If you or a loved one has been harmed by TKO, contact the TKO Defense Fund. We will help you. We will fight your children, and we will fight for you.
Hey, bro. If that ain't the first clip for this episode,
Oh shit.
oh, shit. Hey, Rico, what you gotta say to people before we get out of here, man?
Hey man, I got a prediction.
Oh,
I feel like with most companies, mergers and acquisitions, I feel like in the next 3 to 5 year range, TKO is gonna sell off WWE.
Mm.
I feel like they're gonna squeeze as much money as they can, and once they realize they have probably hurt the business model, that they're gonna cut their ties.
I worked the scenario out of my head. Zuffa boxing isn't going to work. That's their boxing. That's the third leg of the promotion of the
Yeah,
company.
it
If
ain't gonna
Zuffa boxing is not going to work, it's going to bleed out money. WWE's the only thing making money. It's the only thing that you can keep, only thing you can sell to get your money back from Zuffa boxing not working. Sell WWE, invest it back in the boxing and UFC, and there you go. I've been I've been thinking too much about this. I'm sorry. Negative. What you got? Say when we get out of here.
I got a few things. So one, Cena Saturday. Don't come up with this BS talking about I got to pay for something. Whatever news you about to drop, if it involves paying for something else, keep it. Two, in honor of the new day, this whole episode, we got some pancakes for your boys.
Oh my
Got
god.
some pancakes for your boys. And in honor of the new day, oh shit. Did that-
oh. Wow.
I don't
Shout
know.
out to the new day, man.
Oh shit. I like
You
it,
gotta tell
dude.
me when you got something like that, cause I can't go. No one can say anything after that, Jay.
Oh, my fault. Shout out to the new day, man.
Oh shit, Nico, what you got, man? Shout out to the new day.
He can't follow that up. He
Nah,
can't.
yeah, we can get out of here. I got nothing. Like, subscribe, man. Text the people you follow to tell about what we got going on. Leave us a comment. Uh, hey man, if you know somebody doing some cool content, point them our way, man. Like we want to work with people. We want to get out there, talk to people, talk about the new day, talk about wrestling as a whole, where we stand right now. Again, we will be back next week talking about Backlash. John Cena, don't you get up there talking about I need to pay some more money, like James said. And I promise
Or,
you, if this show sucks, I can't wait to cancel that ESPN subscription. I can't wait to cancel that. Oh my god. Anyway, but anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Go watch some old New Day matches, and for everything right in the world, stop throwing chairs. We out.